Hey,
Hi.
how you doing?
I am I am doing good. How are you?
I'm great. All I will say is, wow.
Oh,
Look at
yes.
that. I wish I could have all my stuff like that. That is amazing.
Thank you.
Wow. That
Thank
is
you.
that is a whole lot of figures. Sorry. I saw that and it looks
It,
brilliant.
it's okay. It's okay. That's a lot of people's reaction. They're like, "Are you in a toy store?"
It looks like a toy
No.
store. Yeah, 100%. That is brilliant. Are you holding those up? How are you holding those all those up?
They are just like push pins.
Oh, that is
All the figures are, and then the Funkos are just
and they're
stacked on top
stacked
of
up.
each other.
See, that makes me
Hopefully.
so nervous because if I had that many Funkos like stacked, I'd have to make sure. You've done like a brick like pattern though, haven't you? I can see the edges are like outwards and sorry, I'm just
Yeah.
admiring. That is brilliant.
No, it's
I'm
okay.
stuck
It's
with
okay.
this.
No, that's good too. It's good branding. It's good branding.
Well, obviously, welcome to the channel. Obviously, welcome to the heroic conversation we're about to have. Um, I love these kinds because it's just speaking with a fan, and it's the best kind because we can just nerd out. What I've majorly noticed from speaking to so many people involved in this kind of world is everybody's just a giant nerd.
Yes.
Every-
Yeah.
So
Agree.
let's speak about the origins. Where did the nerd come from with you? Like, where was like the if you can think of a moment where you're like, I really enjoyed this.
Oh gosh. I don't I don't know if there was ever like a moment where like the light bulb turned on, but I feel as though when it kind of came up became a routine for my brothers and I to get up early every Saturday morning to catch this X-Men Spider-Man cartoon block. I think that's when I knew that I was invested in like the superhero genre.
Mm. And that was the
Yeah.
classic 90s X-Men Spider-Man cartoons, yeah?
Yeah.
Which explains your love for X-Men.
Yeah,
Because
I mean X
obviously
yeah. Yeah, I mean obviously I love X. Who
be
doesn't?
strange if you didn't. Obviously, the
Right?
Emma Frost cosplay, which is brilliant.
Thank
You
you.
have
Thank
the
you.
is it the Power of X-Men, the podcast you do?
That is my friend Paul's podcast, and
There
I
we
just
go.
occasionally I
Pop
guest on
in.
it, but it's all X-Men, X-Men related,
X-Men are
X-Men
cool.
adjacent.
So now
Yeah.
I do have to ask though, as we're talking about X-Men, who's your favorite?
Oh gosh. You know what? It's
Because
it's
I've
always
seen
been
you cosplay quite a few, and I'm like, okay, but which one does she get out and go, yes?
I think I mean Jean Grey's always been my favorite character. I just love her. She's like the wholesome, like motherly type of like character, but as I've been doing more cosplay, I feel like my attitude is more like Emma. Like and like I definitely have big Emma energy. Like as myself and when I'm dressed up as her.
That feels like something that should be on a t-shirt. Big Emma energy. Because
Big Emma
she'd
energy.
wear that. She'd wear a
Oh,
t-shirt with her
she
on
would.
it.
She would.
So see my favorite X-Man is Gambit. I absolutely love Gambit. And I was planning to when we did this, but for some reason in the UK at the moment it is boiling and I don't understand. Like I am sweating buckets.
Oh my
The sun's
God.
out and obviously our houses we don't have aircon, you know. So we
You
at these
don't?
houses yeah, exactly, because it rains so much with thick walls. So
Oh
when
my
it's
goodness.
hot, the heat stays in. They
Oh
were
my
designed to keep the
goodness.
heat in. So I'm very warm. But I have the because me and my other half we're gonna do Rogue and Gambit. So I have the Gambit headpiece, I have the brown trench coat, I have the staff. The only part that I'm struggling with is the rest.
Oh, like the
The
the chess
boots and the
piece.
chest piece. The legs are
Mm,
fine, you just get some like black leggings, I guess, and put the pink on them.
yeah.
But the chest piece and the boots, because my problem is when I do a costume, I it has to be perfect. Like I could buy a t-shirt that is just Gambit's top with the jacket on, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
enjoy it as much. Which is
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
your kind of forte when it comes to costumes is they always look brilliant.
Oh,
Like
oh,
and
we
the oh it's
try.
brilliant. Yeah, honestly, the people you have as well, like because there's groups of you, isn't there?
Yeah,
And like
yeah,
these
I've been a
group
part of
shots, they're
multiple groups.
amazing. Seeing all these group shots, you're like, these costumes are awesome. Like I did. I went to Liverpool Comic Con in May, early May. I met Mr. Fantastic. I met Ewan Griffith and Michael Chiklis. It
Oh,
was amazing for
jealous.
me. Yeah, well, I love the Fantastic Four, so I was like, yes. And like little 4-year-old me was jumping up and down with joy as well because that was my
Oh,
first like.
that was your
This
first
is
movie?
this is the Fantastic Four. They're my Fantastic Four, and I just it was a moment, and I loved it, and they were perfect because there's always that worry that they're not going to be as nice as they seem, and honestly, but I dressed up as Mr. Fantastic, so I had the suit and I had a lab coat because I was like, I want to need some kind of jacket because I'm in Liverpool, it's a bit chilly, and I had the
Oh,
jacket, and I can tell you right now, in the hotel room getting ready that was probably one of the highlights of my days because I don't have grey hair.
I
So
mean,
I got the hairspray and I just went and I jumping up and down. I
oh
was
my
like, I'm Mr.
gosh.
Fantastic. I love it.
Oh,
And I recently brought the rival suit. So
the Mr. Fantastic rival
I
suit?
have the black and blue rival suit, which maybe when we come back, I might even have it on. I don't know. It's quite warm, but I might put it
Oh,
on because I think that's such a cool suit for the Fantastic Four. Like their suit, that group of suits that they have. I mean, I love all the suits. I don't think they've actually ever had a bad Fantastic Four suit like collection.
I don't think there's, yeah, I think all of them have been
All of them are pretty
pretty
decent, you know.
functional
Yeah.
and
You
yeah.
you know that's fantastic. I mean, it makes me laugh as well when people talk about comics and they speak about the Future Foundation and they go, "Why hasn't the Human Torch got a Future Foundation suit?" And it's like, he's getting torn to pieces. But yes, sorry. Now, speaking of suits, then, is there like a suit that you'd love to have a costume of, or that you already have in your collection?
Ooh, ah, that's that's tough. I mean, are we just talking like Marvel specific?
Ooh,
Or are
no,
we
no, no. We
talking?
can branch out.
Okay, okay, because this has been on my wish list for a very long time, and I need to make it happen sooner rather than later. But I've always wanted a Halo Spartan suit.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I think everyone needs a Halo Spartan
who
suit.
doesn't?
Like
Yeah,
everyone knows that iconic look. Now, would you do like a Master Chief or would you just do like a Spartan armor?
I think I would do just Spartan armor because I also want to be pink.
I was
So it
about to
would be
say, yeah,
like
what
my
color would you
own,
be?
yeah, my own creation, and I would definitely be pink for
I
sure.
love that. I That's a pink Spartan. That's what we need more of. Pink Spartans.
No,
But no,
yes, me
I've
too.
always wanted to do some kind of armor. So looking into like EVA foam and stuff like this, I've looked at it and I've gone, yeah, I could do that, and then I just go, no. Because
Oh,
it's because the problem is because I'm such a perfectionist, I have to have it so it's perfect. Like I did for my 21st birthday dress was I made my own Mandalorian costume. So like 3D printed pieces and stuff. By the end of the night it was falling apart. And
no. Is it just
it
because it was heavy?
it was I don't know. I think I
Or,
just attached it dodgy. It was my first proper like costume. But yeah, Comic Con wise, I did a Flash suit. That was pretty fun. I made that from scratch, which I was really impressed with. And my dad went as Captain Cold. So it
oh,
was
that's
brilliant.
so
And
cute.
do you know what?
Oh,
I'll tell you a story, and I'm going to ask you if you have any similar stories. On the train backs, this was MCM in Birmingham. On the train back, a kid came up to me and went, "Are you the Flash?" I was like, "Yeah." And obviously, I'm on a train, and he's like, "Why are you on a train?" I was like, "Oh, because I'm with Captain Cold." And I got my dad to like wave, and he went, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." I was like, "Yeah," because he doesn't like running too fast. And he was like, "Oh, well, I can't wait to tell my friends at show and tell at school." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, he's going to tell his friends he met the Flash on the train." So what I did was my costume was falling apart. So I ripped off like one of these Thunderbolts I had on my belt, and I gave it to him. I said, "Make sure you keep that safe though, because I will need it back." And I remember him coming
oh,
off the train. He came off the train, ran up to his granddad, and went, "Granddad, I just met the Flash." And there's
oh,
me in a costume just going, hi. Because obviously I have a mask on
oh.
and I didn't have a beard at this time. So I was a bit more believable. But yes. Instead of like his dark flash, he has a beard, looks a bit tired. But yeah, I had the cowl on and everything. So into him, I was the Flash. So what I will ask is, have you had any similar experiences where someone's gone,
Um, gosh,
children or
I
adults?
I mean, adults always love Emma. I probably get stopped for her a lot, but they also call me Starlight from the boys.
Oh,
Uh,
oh.
so I try to just roll with it. I'm like, oh, you know, but
Blast.
I I dressed up as a black cat one time,
Mm.
and I was I got stopped to take some photos, and there was a mom that came up to me and she's like, "Oh, my daughter wants a photo with you." And it was this like cute little girl, and I don't know, I think sometimes like kids think, you're like a Disney princess or something. I don't really know if she knew who Black Cat was, but she was very shy, and we took the photo and her mom was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much." Like that was she just really wanted a picture with you.
And it's nice.
Oh,
It is nice when
yeah.
people go, "Can I have a photo?" It's like, yeah, of course you can.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason why, us as adults, we, cosplay and put on costumes because we want people to go, "You look really cool," and you're like,
Yeah.
"Yes."
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And I always say yes unless I'm in a rush to either get to a
mm,
meetup or a panel. Yeah.
mm,
There's been a few
which makes
times
sense.
where I have to be like, I'm so sorry. I am on
I've
my,
got to
like if
go.
I
I'm on
stop,
schedule.
yeah. And if you stop, sometimes you can't get away.
Yeah, because you stop, somebody comes up, and then they leave, and then somebody else goes, "Oh, can I have a photo?" You're like, "Oh, I can't say no because I don't want to seem like, But
Yeah.
you recently did the black cat like thing, didn't you? Was it nine black cats or something?
There was so Shelly Sutters puts on a Black Cat panel. She did one at LA Comic Con last year, and then most recently at Comic Con Revolution. And she just brings together all these Black Cat fans and cosplayers, and she calls them her Black Cat Army. So there's always a lot of Black
So
Cat
cool.
cosplayers when she's around.
Which is awesome though, because it's like, oh, that's the black cat army leader.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's all
everyone
hang
knows
out.
her. Yeah, everyone knows her, and then everybody who shows up, they always have their own like like I guess take on the Black Cat
Mm.
cosplay. Some people really like jazz it up, they'll add like a corset, they'll put like different types of fur on, and it's just really cool to see everyone's unique take on like a great iconic costume.
And that's the best thing though, isn't it? I think when somebody has like a base character and they make it into their own. Like I love
Yeah.
when Spider-Man really got big with the Into the Spider-Verse films,
Yes.
with
Yeah.
that anyone can be behind the mask.
Hmm.
The amount of people that are making their own Spider-Man like suits and people that really went out there and it was awesome. Like it was so
Yeah.
nice to see because everyone was like, you know what, yeah. And I've noticed as well recently that like the Mandalorian style of armor has kind of been taken into that, right, okay, I can make it into this character. So I've seen like Mandalorian Wolverines and Deadpools and like a Mandalorian Buzz Lightyear and stuff. And it's this creativity. And I mean, I feel like on these videos I go on about creativity and the love of art so much, but the individualness of it is amazing. But then also the community side, because it is individual, but then you join
Hmm.
X amount of people that are like, yes, like I love it when you see these Spider-Man cosplayers and they're all pointing at each other. Like you have these big group photos
Oh,
and they're all just pointing at each other, and it's just such a nice little thing. It's
yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah. It's the meetups are a lot of fun. I think that's where a lot of cosplayers sort of begin to find their community because you can go to like a Spider-Man specific meetup and you just see all of the Spider-Man cosplayers. Like you get the villains, you get like the Z-list characters, you get people's, spider
Mm.
sonas as they call them, like their own personal character. And it's so much fun.
It's just
People
it's and
like,
it's great because
yeah,
everyone looks happy. I mean, they're wearing masks, so you
yeah,
can't actually see, but they seem happy.
they do. The vibe is good. The
And they're
vibe
all
is
just,
good for
they're
sure.
there, and it's nice because a lot of cosplayers that do it professionally. So obviously, like yourself, it's you take on this character and you really build off of it, and you feel comfortable because at the end of the day, it's like putting on a completely different costume.
Hmm.
And it's, this is me for the day. I'm going to be this person. And then, after it, you might be like, oh my gosh, that was a really difficult day. But you've got that uplifting kind of with the photos, with the meetups, with these panels and stuff. You have this uplifting feeling. And then it just, and I feel like it just makes you feel great. I mean, when I dressed up as Mr. Fantastic, I had, so Ewan Grufford and his wife came out and started, like, obviously speaking to me. We had to go on a break. And I remember they looked at me and were like, I was like, yes, yes, yes. Like it was just
Oh,
such a moment. Like I had this, it wasn't like an amazing cosplay. I think I got it from like 20 pounds or something like that, with a lab coat on it. But it looked the part. I had some welly boots and these gloves that fell apart by the end of the day. But I was so happy. It was such a great day. I mean, I even packed, they did a toy back in like 2005, and it's this extendable arm toy and it just shoots off. I had that
you
with
had
me.
that
I
too?
had it with me. I didn't take it to the con. It was in the hotel room because I was like, it's gonna be funny for like maybe like 3 photos, and then I'm gonna go, okay, now where can I? Because obviously you don't have a bag. Because obviously I'm dressed up, so it's yeah. But for the photo op we had, I walked in and he actually went, "Oh, hello, Dr. Richards," and I was like, it was a moment, it was such a big moment for me.
That, that's so
So
great.
I know it's so cool in it. And this is why I love this. I love speaking to fellow fans because you can have you can have them with, but have these kind of moments where it's like these shared experiences of, oh my gosh, this famous person said something to me.
That's
Um,
so
so
cool.
obviously, comic creators and stuff like that. Have you ever like met one in like a costume and they've gone, you look awesome.
I have met, I've met a lot of creators,
Mm,
sometimes in cosplay and sometimes not. I'm trying to think of like a good one. Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what was really fun is my husband and I, we went to New York Comic Con, I think two
mm.
years ago, and we dressed up as Emma and Tony, like their wedding. They got married in the
Yeah.
comic. And so not only did we get a lot of congratulations walking over to the con, but when we got there, um, we went to the Marvel booth and we were just taking photos there. And someone came up to my husband and they gave us the like exclusive for the show. It was like Emma and Tony's like wedding, and they were on
Uh,
the cover with like Jeff the Land Shark, I think Pizza Dog, and like Lockie, like all the animals. And then we went downstairs to Artist Alley, and Lucas Wernick was there, and he's the one who did that cover. So we went over there and we showed up as Emma and Tony, and he's like, "Oh my God."
that's
And
brilliant though.
he took some photos with us, and he signed our books too. Like we both brought our books, and he signed them. So that was really nice.
That's brilliant. I love that.
Yeah,
Because it's
yeah,
those little moments that make it just so much like it elevates the experience when you go to these
yeah.
cons. And you put so much work into these costumes and then you put them on, you're like, right, okay, I'm ready for the day. And then when you get these little moments, little meets and stuff, and it makes it feel so much better. It's so
It's
great.
so cool. It's
It's such
so
a cool
cool.
moment.
Hmm.
But that's why I love it. And obviously we're speaking about cosplaying today because that's kind of, that's your thing.
I
No,
have a lot of I have my toes in a lot of things.
but
So,
that's
but
that's the best
cosplay is
thing
big.
though. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I love the amount of when you meet like-minded people in this kind of community in this bubble. There's so many different things that shoot off. I mean, I can spot the Star Wars helmet in the background from the Acolyte.
Oh, oh
I am
yeah.
just every now and then
Mm.
scanning little items because it's just such a cool little trove of. And I just realized the lightsabers across the Funko Pops. I didn't
Oh
see
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
How didn't I notice that? I was looking directly at it. So I'm guessing you're a
I
massive
know.
Star Wars fan too.
Uh, yeah, I mean I love a lot of fandoms. I love, Marvel. I love Star Wars. I have some love for DC. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just I only like a few characters. I like indie comics. I love like Sailor Moon, Gem and the Holograms, She-Ra, like all of that fun like 80s nostalgia.
It's the best.
Yeah.
So I'm really strange because I'm a noughties kid, but my brother was a 90s kid. So a lot of my interests and likes are from the 90s, hence the Spider-Man cartoon and the X-Men cartoon. So
Yeah.
when X-Men
Yeah.
97 got announced, I was like, yes. And
Oh
it's
my
such a
God.
brilliant show.
Yes.
It tugs on
Oh
your
my gosh.
heartstrings and it's oh man. I mean, I will just quickly put spoilers. There we go, that's enough time. The Gambit death scene. where he's got it in the Sentinel, and he's oh my,
Oh,
and then Rogue's line, and I mean the voice actors for that, and it's just that I can't feel you part, and it's just like, it's
yeah.
just so ouch.
I remember watching that in the
Oh,
morning before work, and I watched it with my husband. Like we get up early so we could watch it before spoilers hit.
mhm.
And we both just kind of like sat in bed and we're like, how are we supposed to just go to work now?
Like how am I meant to function? I've just lost a
Yeah.
close friend.
Yeah, we were both just really in our field.
Because
And
it just oh,
yeah, that
the whole scene.
it was rough. It was rough.
Because it was so awesome with Gambit doing that. Like it was such an
Hmm.
awesome scene. And then it's just that there's that one frame, isn't there, where his life's just like hanging there in the Sentinel's face. It's like I mean, I've just got chills thinking about it. That's how
I
good it
know, me
was.
too. Me too. I was like, oh my
Like, that's how
gosh.
good it was.
Oh,
But
oh,
I think the cartoons, what they can do, which they can't really do in film, is they can really push it. They can really make it go this bam, big set piece. Because
yeah.
in films, sometimes CGI can let it down, or
Hmm.
but the animation and the drawing and the voice acting and stuff, you can do a good few takes and mix and match, and it looks. Oh, and then the Cyclops thing where he jumps out the Blackbird that just got blown up as well.
Solid work, team. See you on the ground. To me, my X-Men.
As well. Like it's so because Cyclops, the problem is people don't realize how much of a badass character he is. Because he's so
Yeah.
cool. I mean, comic panel, get off my lawn. That comic spread is just awesome. And people watch the old 2000s X-Men films and they're like, oh, Cyclops just seems like a bit of a, he's cool, but because they wanted to make Wolverine like focus, which they did a good job of because he's going to do it till he's 90. But
Yeah.
but Cyclops in the cartoon did him so much justice, and I can't wait to see Cyclops show up in Doomsday because that's happening. We get the original X-Men, so again, like
Yeah.
4-year-old me is kicking his feet.
I know. That announcement was
It's so
crazy.
the chairs.
Oh,
Now,
I know.
did you watch the whole live stream or did you just get updates for the chairs names? Because that's what I did. I did sit there and watch it for 8 hours because I couldn't.
I could not. I I just got the updates as they were coming in. Like, I follow enough social media channels that are
It's
reporting
like
on it,
pop,
so
pop, pop.
I was good. I was covered.
And I had a group chat
Yeah,
where people were like, "Oh my gosh, this person's got that."
perfect.
So I was like, "Cool,
Perfect.
cool." Waiting for like the next name to come because
I
obviously
know, right?
it confirms a few things. Because obviously, there was
Yes.
some spoilers, I guess, because of Thunderbolts with like the names that are popping up, and you're like, "Oh, that person's
Yeah.
there, that person's there."
Yeah.
And we will speak about Thunderbolts because obviously you went to the premiere dressed as
I did.
Taskmaster. Taskmaster, it was Taskmaster, wasn't it?
Yeah, I went
Yeah,
to Tesla.
the costume was great.
Thanks.
It just looks so cool. Have you edited it at all since watching the film?
Um, well, I don't know if I'll be cosplaying it anymore because I did get my helmet signed by the
That's
cast,
cool.
so I have to
That's
I
cool.
kind of have to retire the helmet, but
That's so
yeah.
cool. The helmet signed by you just throw it in. I just got the helmet signed by the cast. Because that's so
I know.
cool. Because
I know.
see, they're doing like a tour with the Superman film where they go into different cities. So they're going to America and London and stuff on the 11th. And I'm like, that sounds cool. But then you've got to,
Mm.
yeah, they did an announcement. They did an announcement. The cast are apparently, I think they're doing like little pop-ups in different cinemas. You know how they
Okay.
walk into the cinema and
Yeah.
go, before you watch the film, here's the cast. And it's
Yeah.
like, what? I don't live in London, so I'm quite far away. So it won't be, if I go to London to watch it, I have to pick the right cinema. Because obviously it'll be a
Oh, they
screening,
don't
wouldn't
tell you
it?
which one it is.
I don't know. I've never done it before. I'm new to all
Oh.
this. This is all.
Oh.
So obviously I started this. Marvel Rivals kicked this whole channel off, I just slapped my headphone on. That was quite funny. Marvel Rivals start this off. I had a conversation with Elijah Mountjoy, who voices the Winter
Mhm.
Soldier, and that's kind of where it snowballed. I realized I really enjoy speaking to people. So my friends would tell you I don't shut up, as you can tell.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, I should probably do something where I can give it to everyone else. So I'm talking to these people and stuff, but it came from a liar and it blew up from there. So I'm new to all this, you know. I'm new to
Oh,
interviewing people, speaking to people, and I thought, you know what a great hobby. You know,
yeah.
I get to speak to like-minded people for like an hour at a time, and just talk to a range of people as well. So obviously, fans, cosplayers, comic book artists, writers, colorists, all these people. And doing this made me realize how many people are involved in a comic.
Yeah,
The
there's
amount of
always,
people.
yeah, to get it off the ground
It's
for
mad.
sure.
Colorists, inkers, artists, writers, pencilers, cover artists, the publishers. It's mad. And the more I realize how much work goes into everything, the more appreciative I am of it as well. Obviously the Marvel Rivals comic came out, and I
Yeah.
find it's such a great comic book because sometimes the game comic books are a bit okay, but the Marvel Rivals comic book is really fun to read, and it's just I don't know, it's fun. Like it's a nice little okay. This is the game. Here's the comic book, and then you see all these actors do the meetups and stuff as well. And it's great. As I said though to you the other day, it does suck being in the UK because everything goes on in America, but the tickets are like
Oh,
£900.
oh, I know it is hard. A lot of things happen in the bigger cities too. So a lot of things
Mm,
happen in New York or in LA. And we've just been really lucky that we moved from like the middle of California to more Southern California. We're
mm.
still pretty far out from LA, but there's just so many events that happen there that we brave the traffic and it's it's worth it in the end.
Which is the best part as well, though, because
Yeah.
I mean, what it's like a few hours, is it, or to get from state to
It
state and stuff like city to city and all this.
it depends on the traffic. I mean, mileage wise, I think we're maybe like 60 miles from
Mm.
LA, but if there's traffic, it could be like 2 hours.
Yeah, that doesn't sound
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
And
it's a
American
lot.
roads don't seem fun because they're just very straight.
Yeah, there's a lot. Well, there's a lot of people down here too. Like LA has a very huge population, and
Mm.
there's just not enough lanes for everybody. So when like the rush hours hit, the morning commuter traffic, and then when everyone gets off of work around 5, it's a lot of
Horrible.
cars. Yeah,
It's too many.
yeah, I
But
know. We gotta time it right for the events. I love
honestly,
that.
I love proper toys because again, the Fantastic Four. I speak about it a lot because it's my reference point
It's
for a
okay.
lot
It's
of my
okay.
childhood.
Everyone has their like their entry level, like
That's my
their
niche. You
yeah.
asked me about Fantastic Four. Here's all the history.
Yeah, love that.
Ask me about Bucky. Here's the history. But honestly, there's so many. Green Lantern. We speak about DC. Green Lantern, Red Hood. Ask me. I'm more than happy to go on a massive tangent. But the Fantastic Four toys for the Silver Surfer, they were brilliant. Like these classic toys. I mean, obviously, I can see you are a fan of toys. I am still majorly just breathtaking. All that. I hope my room
Thank
looks
you.
like that. I have
Thank
bookshelves.
you. I have stuff in front of me too, like so every wall is covered. I
And
feel
that's
like
what's cool.
the good stuff I think is all in front of me. Like this is all like I have signed things that we've gotten signed from people.
What's your
Um,
favorite?
my favorite signed
Your favorite signed
item.
item, or the one that means the most? Because I think
Oh,
favorite is a bit of like a iffy term, isn't it? Because it's like, well, I don't have a favorite. I
yeah,
like them all, but
yeah.
what has the most kind of you have a major memory from this? Obviously, it can be the Taskmaster helmet because that's very cool.
The Taskmaster helmet is cool, but I went to the Thor Love and Thunder premiere
Oh,
and um it's not going to be the person you think it is.
I've got a
So
few people in my head.
so a, a lot of people know that I like oh gosh, I really love like Louis Tan. That is probably my favorite actor. And he was going to be at that premiere, not because he's in the movie, but because, he's in the Marvel properties, and he
Mm.
came with another person that was in another Marvel series. And I knew he was going to be there, so I brought my Mortal Kombat Funko Pop. And if you're ever in the fan pit, it's very chaotic. Sometimes you have really nice people next to you, sometimes you don't.
Mm.
If you're in the back, you don't always like have access to the stars, or you just kind of peek over
You
and or
kind of
hope
see
you.
them.
Yeah. So I was in the back, and it was like super hot. Like I had to be in the 90s. So we're dressed in cosplay. Like I'm really gross. I'm not in the front. And I like asked the girls in front of me, I said, "Hey, would you guys mind if just when this one actor comes out, if I could just like get my pop signed?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure, girl, we got you." And so they did. They let me come out, and like it was just the best interaction ever. Like one of the girls videoed it, and then like he asked for selfies, and I was just like not prepared. I'm just like, I hope I'm not melting. And it, I had word vomit. I didn't even know what to say. Um, it was just the best, one of the best days of my life. So I think getting that Funko Pop signed, like because I have that nice core memory, that's one of my favorite items
And
that
that's
I
a
own.
brilliant story as well. The fact that the people
Yeah,
let you kind of, and that's
yeah,
always nice when people are nice. I had this
yeah,
conversation with
yeah.
someone else. Being nice is free. Just be
Hmm.
nice. You
Yeah,
get, you might be in front, you might be able to see more people, but if somebody's got like, and you went, if when this one actor comes past, can I
yeah,
just, and they would have
yeah.
been like, yeah, and I think having somebody that means a lot to someone else, and you can see that as well. Like it's not just like you going out there to get the pop sign just so you can, sell it on because
Yeah,
that part
yeah.
sucks. If you see someone do that, you're like, I could have met that person.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Funko Pops, I think obviously you've got a massive wall behind you. I think they're a
I
brilliant
do.
collectible because they're brilliant just to take to get signed or take to
Yeah,
display. That they're very nice display items. Like
they
I
are.
and I'm so excited for this new set. I
Yeah,
love the way Funko Pops are going with they really go for it sometimes with these poses and the way that they do them.
they do.
That
They
was
really
they
do.
started off like this, That's how they started
Yeah,
off with
really
their big
kind of
arms and
basic. Yeah. Yeah, really simple. And
and then
now
they've
like the
evolved.
detail.
It's brilliant.
Hmm.
There's some Funko Pops that I go, that's not really a Funko Pop. Like they did some chicken nugget ones. I was like, that's just a chicken nugget with eyes on it. There's like an Oreo
Yeah.
one. I was like, that's just a chicken nugget. No, that's an Oreo. The chicken.
They tried. They
They
tried. I
tried.
did
They
get the
tried.
Eggo waffle one though, because of my last name. I was like, I have to own this.
And that makes sense. If they ever did
Yeah.
an ant one, there you go. I think they did Flick from A Bug's Life.
Did they?
Is it
You know what?
Flit
They
or
do a lot
Flick?
of,
They do so
they do a
many.
lot.
And they fly under the
Yeah.
radar as well because you go, oh man, I really hope they made a Funko Pop of this character. And I'm like, they did.
Yeah. You just Google it
Oh,
and you're like, oh, okay. Perfect.
one set I'd love to have Funko Pop wise. You know the Vemonized sets that they did, the
Oh yeah.
massive like collection. I haven't got one
Yeah.
because the problem is when I get back to when I was saying about cosplays, I'm a perfectionist. I get one of them. I want the set. So I love a character, but I have to get the set.
Yeah.
And I've been really lucky with the Fantastic Four because there's not loads. You get the core four, then there's some
Oh,
exclusives. You got Doctor Doom, and you've got a few characters, but there's not loads. Whereas I'd hate to be a Harry Potter fan.
oh,
There's
yeah.
so many,
Yeah.
so
Or like
many.
Spider-Man
Mm,
or or Deadpool even. There's a lot
Deadpool's
of
is a lot,
those.
and there's a few expensive ones of Deadpool as well
Yeah.
because there's some
Yeah, it just
exclusive
depends on the
ones.
rarity. Yeah, exclusives are crazy.
They are. There was a
Like,
Willy
oh my
Wonka
God.
that sold for was it 250,000 or something?
Oh
That
my
was
God.
mad. Yeah, that's mad. Like a golden Willy Wonka and an Oompa Loompa or something.
Oh, okay.
That
Yeah,
one.
I
That
see. I
one.
see the marketing tactic they're doing there.
Yeah, yeah. You know what they did. They were like, oh, there's only 10 of these. Ah, it
Yeah.
works. It works. I feel like there's some people out there that collect them just for that. I collect them because I like the way they look. Like, I got really, speaking about Green Lantern, I got really lucky with the Green Lantern. They did a Parallax one, but it was like one of these digital ones that then you redeemed a code and then I don't mess with that stuff. But
Oh,
a Parallax one, I was like, I love Parallax. Hal Jordan Parallax is like really cool character. And it was like this digital only limited to like 2000 something. And I was like, okay, I want to get one.
oh,
And
and
the
you
problem
got
is,
one.
I got one. The problem
Yeah.
is though, is when I feel like as collectors as well, when you set your mind to something, you're like, I want to get that. I need to
Yeah.
get this part for
Yeah.
this collection to make this
Yeah.
finished. They did a HasLab Galactus that's like 18 inches
Oh,
tall. Yeah,
yeah.
I haven't got
Did you
that.
get it?
No, I haven't got that. That's like 500 pounds. That's you know, it's
It was
eat or
pricey.
Galactus.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, Galactus eats. It makes sense.
Yeah, but
But
then I can't.
uh, I I think for that set, I only got so I wasn't into Galactus, but I really wanted the I think it was the Frankie Ray
Mm,
figure that came with it. So when those were first dropping, like people were parting them out. And so some people were selling just like the side figures separately because they're like, oh, I don't want this.
yeah,
And
I
I think
just
they're
want
trying to get
Galactus and
some of their,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So I was able to grab a Frankie for a pretty fair price, I feel.
See, that's good though, because that means that you got part of it that you wanted, and you had
Hmm.
that kind of. I didn't want to buy that, but no, I've got this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the Norm Rad that comes with that Galactus figure is one of the best ones I've ever done, and I was like, crap.
Oh, you could get just the figure though. You
Oh,
could
it's
find it.
I mean, I found one. I have got my eye on it. I think it's 450, and it comes with everything. I was like, that's decent. But then it's that, okay, first of all, I need to make room for it because it's a big figure.
Big. It's big.
Second of all, I
I've
have to
seen
sell a
it.
kidney, and that's difficult to do. Um,
Mm. Yes. Yes.
but I think I'd sell off like the extra figures because I just kind of want Galactus and the Surfer.
Hmm.
The other characters are cool. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
in my collection, the way that I have everything, I have,
You just want
it makes
like the
sense.
main.
But
Yeah.
that would be definitely a centerpiece. That would be you walk into my house, there's Galactus straight away. Screw no family photos. Here's Galactus. Cost more.
Yeah. I
Is
mean,
it?
you never know. You never know because you can go to a con and someone could
Mm,
have it. And there's some people that are like, I just want to get rid of it. I'm tired of hauling it around. It's a big piece. I I have been very surprised at the things that we've come across. Like my husband went to LA Comic Con one year. I was working a booth and he kept coming back with all these like Marvel Legends because that's what we collect together is Marvel Legends.
mm.
And he's like, "Oh, babe, I got like the Spider-Man MJ 2 pack." And then he's like, "Oh, I got the Toys R Us like San Diego Comic Con exclusive. What is it? It is the A-Force. I had to look and see what it was.
I love how
It
you just
was
go, yeah, it's that one.
the A-Force pack. It's got like 8 figures in there. And he's like, "Oh my God." He's like, "There's this guy over there. He's selling them for so cheap." He's like, "I'm gonna go back for more." So he just kept bringing back all these bags. He got like Sunfire. He got, oh gosh, there was another figure he was like kind of on the fence about, but he got it for like $40. So
And I recently brought the rival suit. So
the Mr. Fantastic rival
I
suit.
have the black and blue rival suit, which maybe when we come back I might even have it on. I don't know. It is quite warm.
Oh, oh, we're back.
I will say this is the debut of this. So this is actually the first time I put it on.
Oh my
There you go. It's the
God.
black and blue variant, obviously.
I
Gotta
mean,
rep the fantastic look.
oh,
I
I
know.
actually just
Grey
bought
hair.
that same suit. I bought that same suit.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
love
would
it.
put it on, but it doesn't fit.
Yeah,
I
this is I did originally get my usual size, but then when it came, I was like, that's not gonna fit me. That's like a baby grow. So I had to get a couple of sizes up. And I mean it's, but yeah, there you go. I thought I'd
it
wear
doesn't
it,
look bad. It
but
doesn't look
that's it.
bad.
I
I
feel
like
quite
it.
it's the only thing is it's obviously it is skin tight. Like they are not a lot of
Yeah.
breathable room in this.
I mean, the material itself is not
It's not breathable.
bad. Oh, it's not.
It's not breathable. I feel, as Ryan Reynolds of Deadpool would say, I feel like I'm wearing a body. It's
Oh,
not, it's
yeah.
not, it's okay. I mean, it works. I feel like I get like a little, beat up some people in Rivals, but
Oh,
but yeah,
okay.
there you go, Mr. Fantastic.
Ah, I love. Debut
Debut. Look at this new cosplay.
exclusive. Oh,
It feels nice to wear though. It's nice.
I I
I feel
like that
quite
it kind
yeah.
of it feels almost like compression sometimes where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
damn, like I feel fit. It kind of just sucks everything in nice. I'm like,
I
oh,
did when I put it on. I obviously had to come back downstairs. I did walk down the stairs thinking I look fantastic. But yeah, I'd love to
mhm.
show Ian this. I feel like Ian would like this. Ian James Cole obviously voiced
Yes,
was, and I spoke to Ian. I might have to just send him a clip of me in this. I feel like he'd be like,
yeah,
yes. And then I spoke to Daniel, who probably won't like this because, he
yeah,
voiced
I know.
Namor, and I think he
Hmm.
wouldn't be too happy. But I
I know.
do, I have ordered the number one Reed Hater t-shirt from him. So what I might do is wear this and then put that t-shirt over it
That's so
because
smart.
that would look that the irony of that would be quite funny,
Oh my
because obviously
God.
I main Mr. Fantastic because I look obviously as you know, but yeah, talk about cosplays then.
Sure.
What's the longest costume? Like, what's the longest time you've taken on a costume? What was it? Where did you wear it?
Oh gosh, what was the longest? I most of
And
mine are crunched.
mm,
Um, I think the longest one would be, oh, I don't, I'm trying to think. I don't, okay, it's not really like, I think maybe the Emma Frost, because
mm.
that involved many fittings and many tweaks. And I actually wrecked the train of it and
Oh,
had to fix it.
how did you wreck the train? I feel there's a story here.
So I had worn it a few times and it had just gotten really dirty
Mm.
because it has to drag on the ground and like it had been to like San Diego, it had been to LA, it had been to quite a few cons where there's a lot of people, and I'm like, oh, I gotta wash this. So I meant to only like leave it in the tub in OxyClean for maybe 10 minutes, not that long, and I
Mm.
completely forgot
Oh
about it. Like
no.
I went and did other chores, and by the time I remembered, I went back in and the OxyClean had removed all of the gold
Oh
from the trim
no.
on it, so it was just yellow.
So it just went.
Yeah, it was gone. There was like a few patches that were still there from like parts that were not soaking
Mm.
in the water. And I was just like, oh my God, I just ruined this cosplay. And so I I found some paint, some acrylic paint that was very similar to the gold. Like I color matched it. And every night, because I had to wear this for an upcoming convention, so I
Mm.
only had a few days. So every night, like after work, I would paint part of the train because I
Yeah.
couldn't paint the whole thing. It's so massive and I don't have anywhere to like lay it out to do it. So I set up a little table by my bed and I would watch TV and every night just
Just go across.
painting. Yeah,
Oh, and I
just
bet it was
painting.
like it was one of those things where you had to do it. So
Yeah,
and you already did it and then did the clean and then you've had to go over again. It's just that oh, I don't
yeah,
want to do this.
yeah, yeah.
Because it's
That
tiring. It
one.
is tiring. It's tiring
It
work.
is. It
Um
is. It's the little details, you
Yeah,
know?
it's the little things, but that's what we've been speaking about. It's the you want to make it look as good as you can. I mean, this I'd
Hmm.
probably put like 3D bits on it. So like the
I
four
was
would be
gonna
3D,
say
the black would be 3D, the blue
you
would be like the
could.
base. I'd get some boots on, make the
Yeah.
LEDs and stuff. Really go for it. I mean, it feels quite nice as a base. Like it doesn't feel too.
Oh, good.
Quite stretchy, no pun intended. But like
No pun.
there's definitely a pun intended. But I think it works as like a base. I mean, I did Spider-Man. I did a Spider-Man suit for my 18th birthday party. I had people come over as dressed as everyone dressed as superheroes. Um, I usually say I'm going to put the picture here, but I won't do that because I don't have people's permission to put it out. And yeah, it's Spider-Man. But I did a Spider-Man suit, and I what I did was I got one of these Zentai suits, but it was too small, and my party was like in like 2 weeks' time. I was like, I can't order another one; it won't come in time. So I cut out the spider bit, and I brought like some blue gym wear, so like a long top, and the
Oh yeah.
trousers, and I basically just sewed the Spider-Man bits onto it. It ended up looking pretty good. I probably wouldn't ever cut this one because the problem is with this material, you cut it, it just loses all its elasticity. But yeah, but this would be a work in progress, so I'm going to post updates. And this is a debut, so
Um,
if people watch this, they get a
uh,
treat of this. I'll probably put like
yeah,
a screenshot from this going, "Oh my gosh, check out this video. It's me as Mr.
yeah,
Fantastic."
you
And then
should. You
and then
should.
tag Ian, and he's going to look at it and go, "Oh no, he's a super fan." Because when I spoke to him, Ian hadn't read comics or anything. He was very much like
Just
a
voice acting,
voice
right?
actor. Like he
Mhm.
does the roles. He loves the roles. Don't get me wrong. And I was like, okay, well, I'm a massive fan. Telling him I love comics. I sit there, my other half and I, she's reading her books. I'm sitting next to her reading a comic book. I have tried
Oh,
to get her into comic books. I'm still trying.
she'll find the right one,
There'll be one that
find,
clicks.
yeah, whatever she's
Well,
reading in her books, like if you can try and match that, like that genre-ish,
I tried.
then I think there's one out there. I promise
Rogan
you. I
Gambit,
promise.
the Power Play set, that comic story, the Power Play comic book story, I kind of showed her that. She liked that. So I've
Mm.
got to kind of find that kind of.
I think
But
you need
Rogan Gambit's
something
hard
maybe
to
like,
collect.
yeah, like maybe like something that has a romance in it,
So I'm thinking,
you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
Right?
The
it has a great,
family.
yeah.
And
And
you know
then
what?
there's this,
Reed's good. He's an
yeah.
okay husband. Sue's
He's
a
the
great
most
wife.
okay,
Sue's a really
most
good
okay.
wife.
I
Considering,
love that panel. I love that panel of Sue when she meets Namor and he's coming out of the water and he's all wet and he's in his Speedo and she's like, "Oh God, I'm married."
the constant joke between the Sue and Namor thing. I mean, obviously Namor's moved on now in the comics. He's moved on.
Mm.
But the Sue and Namor thing and the jokes with it and the fact that obviously you've got Namor, but then you've also got Black Panther. Like Sue is, she has her relationship tested. Have you seen the Black Panther thing?
I have not,
So they
but
go in the
girl,
pools of Wakanda. Sue's having a bath and she's bathing, and then T'Challa kind of just joins in, and yeah, it gets quite. And then she's like, "I am
oh,
married." It's when I think they go to like they do something in Wakanda. It's an older comic, but they did. I think
girl.
was it a Hen Night thing. I can't. I think it was Ben Grimm marrying the teacher when that was a story, and he had on the headlight. They're like, "So what's going on with you and Reed?" And Sue's like, "Oh well, this has happened," and it went into these old events. It was brilliant. I mean, if I've got that wrong, I'm probably going to get attacked, but it was brilliant, and it was really entertaining because she remembers it. She's like, "Well, Namor was Namor," and I mean, I actually did a comic book reading with Daniel where I had him as Namor, and I did a brilliant American accent. Um, and I was reading, he was Namor, and there was a comic book panel where Namor picks up Sue from her job. This is when they lose the Baxter building and stuff, and she's a teacher, and he takes her to an aquarium, which I think is quite funny. And then Reed kind of comes in, and Namor's basically like, "Well, she was just telling me about your shortcomings as a father and a husband," and it's such, and having Daniel read it as well because he's got that Namor voice down. It was great,
Aw.
but yeah. But yeah,
What a roast.
obviously at the comics and cocktails thing, you'll be seeing Elia and Daniel and stuff because they're there,
Yeah, yeah,
which
they're
should be
gonna
great.
some of the rivals voice cast will be there.
I am trying to sort it out with conventions to get people over here because I don't know how it
Oh,
works. I don't own a convention site. I don't know. I'm
it,
trying though.
uh, it just depends on who the organizers are and like what they're willing to
Offer and
like.
extend kind of thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
like flights,
I think
hotel,
yeah, I think that's like probably the biggest thing. Or
if
if maybe
how
like
much
the
money they're gonna
schedules
get.
line up.
Yeah,
Yeah, if the
income
schedules line
budget.
up
Yeah,
and somebody's there like promoting something else, sometimes that could work.
yeah.
LA's LA is pretty lucky because a lot of the actors are already
A lot of
locals.
the talent, and they just nip
So,
in. It's brilliant. The
yeah.
amount of cons that they do in America. I mean, Las Vegas always pops up with this. Here's another Comic Con. Here's another one. This one's
I
going on. I'm
love
like,
that one.
what?
Yeah, it's all in this like centralized area. So,
It's
I
so
mean,
great.
I swear, sometimes it feels like there's a con every weekend. Like or an event, like a
Yeah,
comic book sign like you have all these different types of things going on. There's comic book signings, there's like mini cons, there's pop-ups, like all kinds.
And it's so
It's great.
great because
Yeah.
I mean, I can only imagine how great it is for fans, obviously, as yourself, because you've got the access
Yeah.
to be able to go to these Comic
Hmm.
Cons whenever you kind of want, which I think as well with the cosplaying side of it, you get to show off the costumes a lot more. Whereas me, it's like 2 to 3 times a year, if I'm
Oh,
lucky.
yeah, and you want to be able to wear your cosplay more than a few times a
Well, I'm
year.
wearing this one now. I can count this one as a now.
Okay. Okay, good. Good. You can also do like photo shoots too, like even in your house. Like during the COVID times,
Mm.
we did a lot of cosplay at home, my husband and I. So we would just be like, well, we have all these cosplays we worked on or that we were gonna shoot at conventions. And so I'm like, let's just do a little
Let's have a
photo
bit of
shoot at
fun.
home and, teach ourselves some Photoshop and see what we can do. So, yeah.
Photoshop's fun.
Yeah, it's
Obviously,
hard. It can
this
be hard.
this this whole channel's just me, so anything you see is I've made it. So all these
Oh,
pictures that I do with our little floating heads, like corners, that's all me. I've had to
that's
learn how to do
great.
stuff. Edit,
It's
edit video and video editing is all this, but I want to start streaming the game as well with Marvel Rivals. I want to start streaming it, and I'd probably wear the costume with the t-shirt over it just to be like, look, I'm a Mr. Fantastic man, because there's not many of us. We're quite a,
there's not. There's
there's not.
not.
The Invisible Woman is very loved because she's a really good healer, but Mr. Fantastic, but yeah, Mr. Fantastic Lord, just saying.
Are we
Have
talking
you?
about the Rivals version or in general?
I'm gonna say in general, I think I am just
Okay.
yeah, I'm Mr. Fantastic. I'm gonna change my name there now.
You could.
I'd like to embody Mr. Fantastic. I think it'd be fun. Have you played Marvel Rivals? Because I realize I'm just talking about it, but have you played it?
So my Xbox is too slow. I downloaded it and they were like, "Oh, sorry, you have to upgrade." But I visited my brother recently and I know for a fact he has a better Xbox than me. So I said, "Hey, can I download Marvel Rivals on your Xbox?" And so he and I played a little bit and it was really fun. I don't think I'm great at it because I only had like 2 or 3 days to play it,
But it's
but
fun.
it is fun.
It's fun.
It
That's
is
the main
fun.
part. Who now? Did you
Yeah.
play as Emma or?
I played as Emma. I played as Penny Parker. I had to play as Punisher, I think, for like a tutorial. And I also played as there's one more. I am blanking on who they were, but yeah,
I haven't had any
those were
healers
the
yet
only.
though. There hasn't been any strategists you mentioned.
I know everyone has different like powers, but those I was going based on like the control function that I
Mm,
liked.
yeah.
And I have to say, like, even though I was playing as Emma, I really liked Penny Parker. I feel like
Mm,
that character and like her powers,
yeah.
I enjoyed my time playing as that one.
She's quite good as like a control character, I think. She's quite
Yeah.
here's the area, stay in the area, put all the mines
Yeah.
around. Yeah. Whereas
Yeah.
Emma's very offensive, I think. She's very just on the attack. But the
Yeah.
diamond form's so cool. Where she does like the slam. It's very Emma. And her voice lines as well.
I
Like
know.
it's brilliant. It's
Oh,
so great.
what a
But
queen.
yeah, genuinely, Emma's great.
Hmm. We love her.
We do. And honestly, when that came up on my Instagram feed and I saw the Emma costume, I was like, that is a really good Emma costume. Which is obviously why in my head it was like Marvel Rival because you did the costume, I think, round about the time Emma was kind of coming out, and I thought they were linked. But was it just a coincidence that they came out at the same time?
Um, I I don't know. I mean, I've done that cosplay a bunch of times, and then when they announced like the whole Hellfire stuff, and then Emma was going to be a character, I had a lot more people, like photographers and other people who had photos of me in that costume. A lot of people were posting it, tagging me, like
Mm.
collabing with me. So it was nice to see, Emma get love. I mean, I had a few people reach out and ask if I was going to cosplay that specific costume, and I don't know. I thought about it, but I've seen other people do it so well, and like I don't know. I don't know.
See, now that's my thing
Maybe.
with Ant-Man. So obviously, my name's Anthony. Ant-Man, I love Ant-Man. And obviously, there's some correlation with names there. I'm sure people will be able to figure it out. Um, but I wanted to really, I got the Marvel Legends helmet for the Ant-Man helmet. I wanted to do the suit, and then I saw like I was like, oh, Ant-Man cosplays, get some inspiration. No, some people have smashed it that it actually looks better than the ones in the film. I'm like, how?
Really?
So again,
Oh,
me being a perfectionist, if it didn't look as good as that, I wouldn't have worn it. I'd have gone, no, I don't want it. And it's a lot of
oh,
time, and it's a lot of money, and you pour
yeah,
passion into it. And I'd want to have that, which is
yeah,
you don't see many Mr. Fantastics, hence this. So I'd build upon this and try and make it. The Gambit, there's a lot more since X-Men 97 came out.
there's been a like resurgence.
He's
He
come out
is,
again. He's like, oh, there he is.
yeah, yeah, but you're right. I think it takes the right franchise to kind of
Kick it up again.
to get people interested
Yeah.
again.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. Like,
No,
there's
it's
so many
not.
Gambit, and it's people that are taking on these characters that aren't particularly
Mhm.
as loved. And it's like, yes, give them some recognition because if you give them
Yeah,
recognition, companies see it and they go, oh, maybe we should do more of this stuff. And it's like, yes, because I've loved
sure.
Gambit since the comics. I didn't read the original one because I wasn't alive, but when I started looking into X-Men, I loved Gambit as a character. I thought he was just really fun. He was a fun character. Like everyone likes, I like Cyclops because he's the leader and he's in charge. But then I like Gambit because he's fun and he doesn't take it
Yeah,
as seriously, but then he is serious. It's a nice balance of a character. It's what I like in a character. Whereas, that show nailed it with his kind of he has a duty to do, but he'll have fun doing it because he knows he has the
yeah,
power kind of thing. I mean, that
yeah.
first scene with Jubilee in the mall, like she's in the mall and see, I said mall, not shopping center. Um, and you can see his kind of cockiness, but also his dedication to making it work. But yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
he's so good. Like, yeah, I love that people also. Well, I mean, spoilers if you haven't seen this movie, but it's been out for almost a year. Um, I went to the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere,
Oh
and
wow,
when Channing Tatum like showed up as Gambit, the theater went
the
crazy. Like everyone
introduction
was
with the
like,
card as
"Oh my
well.
God." Yeah, it was just like, "Oh my God." I honestly had forgotten that he was even supposed to like be in this film. So for me, I had like amnesia for a moment and I'm like, "Oh my God, Gambit is in this?" And I just look over at my husband, I'm like, "Oh my
Gambit in that
God." Yeah,
film.
it
That
was
was
yeah.
such a brilliant moment for me. I tried my best to avoid spoilers, and I'm so glad I did. But yeah.
Yeah.
Now, on that note, though, I believe that's all the time we have. Because it is for me, it's 6:30. So I can only
Oh,
imagine that you've got your whole day ahead of you now.
yes,
But this
yes.
has been a brilliant little nerd out. It's been fantastic. That
I see what you
Now,
did there.
now I
Ah,
do have to finish off though. Are you excited for the new Fantastic Four film? Because as a Marvel fan, obviously keeping up with the MCU, are you excited?
I'm always excited about whatever project they put out. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm hoping we get like maybe like a Crystal cameo. Like I'm a big
Mm.
Inhumans fan,
I love the Inhumans.
so yeah, if like we can get Crystal and Lockjaw in there somehow, that would be
It'd be good as a cameo, but they have said
yeah,
that there won't be any other superheroes, so I'm hoping
yeah.
they were lying.
Maybe in the future. I'm not maybe not this film, but maybe a few films
I'd love a live action
afterwards.
Lockjaw. I think that'd be brilliant. And then have Crystal
Yeah.
to kind of give Johnny that kind of storyline as well, because that's just such a great
Yeah.
storyline.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I want to
I'm
see
very
her.
excited for Fantastic Four. I actually, yesterday, when they were launched the Marvel figures,
You got them all?
I pre-ordered the whole set.
Oh
I'm
my
wanting them
gosh.
to do
They're so
Galactus.
nice.
It's a build-a-figure Herbie, and I was like, yes, love
Oh,
Herbie,
that's so
love
cute.
Herbie. The
Oh,
Herbie in this film
what a
looks
great.
brilliant. But
Yeah.
yeah, but on that note, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day,
Oh, thank you.
and
And I hope
thank
you
you
have a
so
great
much.
evening.
Thank you,
Yeah,
and
thank
thank you
you.
so much for coming on the channel. And I think when Fantastic Four comes out, it'll probably be do you want to catch up and have a little conversation about it?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Let's
I
do
might see if I
it.
can do a
Let's do
First
it.
Steps costume. Who knows? I would love to
Oh,
because I
all
could even
right.
do I could shave and even do the Pedro Pascal mustache and everything.
Oh
But
my gosh. I would
there you
love to
go.
see that. Yeah,
I
you
wouldn't.
should.
I think a mustache look really funny on me, not on Pedro. Bless him. He looks ace. He pulls it off. But yeah, you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much. And
Thank you, Anthony.
I'll speak to you soon.
All right, sounds good.
Bye bye.
Bye.